everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited about this video because I really wanted to film a video based around the makeup products that are really being utilized by me on a day-to-day basis. So really everyday makeup essentials, minimalist makeup essentials, and there's only 10 products that I do think you can truly create a full look with, but also products that you will use every single day because not only are they versatile, they're really practical makeup pieces and they will all fit in a very tiny little makeup bag, and they're just products that you'll want to use. I'm here talking about minimal makeup as I sit here in a face of full glam, but that's the fun of YouTube. So I want to talk about a primer that I've been absolutely obsessed with and just wowing over. It's the MAC Studio Radiance primer. This is a moisturizing, illuminating, silky primer. This, to me, you really get the best of both worlds with this primer. It moisturizes the skin, leaves you with a visibly dewy appearance. It also has a soft, illuminating finish to the skin, but it's not something that emphasizes texture. So even on days where I had a little bit of visible, acne or bumps and bits and bobs, it didn't bring those to light or make the skin appear more texture than it actually was. And I also find this to be slightly gripping, not nearly as gripping as like the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer or Milk Hydro Grip, but a gripping primer nonetheless, and perhaps would make this a little bit more universally liked because I know sometimes the sticky primers, a lot of people tend to not like the intense stickiness that they leave on the skin, but this one is really easy to work with, and truly, especially when you're using like cream makeup products or products that maybe have a little bit of a thicker or drier formula, it just makes anything that you put on top of this primer glide over your skin like butter and just makes products work better. I don't really know how else to say it other than it makes your makeup look nicer, apply better, and just work in a better way. So a really great primer. I find myself using it day, night, increases makeup's longevity. It's just absolutely a wonderful day-to-day primer that I think actually makes a difference in your makeup versus other primers which sometimes you could, skip out on them. I find myself like really liking the way that this fits into my routine. This base product has completely won me over. It's the Merit Minimalist Complexion Stick. Now I do want to say I have a very dry, flaky skin type, and the first time I used this I didn't like it, and that's because I didn't adequately moisturize my skin, so it just wasn't blending in properly. So when I'm using any type of cream makeup in general, so that was user error on my part, but with any like cream foundation, cream concealer, I really need to moisturize my skin properly, make sure it's as prepped and ready to go as possible, just so that the cream blends a little bit nicer. But truly, I am like wowed at how wonderful this looks on my skin. It just looks almost undetectable. Obviously it's makeup, you can see it on my skin, but I'm just blown away at how natural this looks and also how versatile the product itself is, because you can really sheer this out to where it just provides the skin with almost like a skin tint type of coverage, or you can really build it up and you will get like full flawless airbrushed looking coverage. Like, it really can do it all. And then if you're not so much as concerned with being able to brighten up the under eye area with a lighter shade of makeup product, you can build this up and it conceals beautifully. So just for day to day where you're not really trying to go like a little bit more glam, you can just layer this up on the areas of the face that need a little bit of extra attention, such as hyperpigmentation, acne, dark spots under the eyes, or just anywhere that needs like a little extra attention. You just build this up. It's emollient, it's creamy, it's buildable. It's just such a wonderful everyday makeup based product. I find this also so wonderfully touch-up friendly, and then also just something I can throw in my bag and I can just use it. You just draw it on the skin, dot it down. Absolutely obsessed with this. Like, it has become my favorite day-to-day base coverage product. Now this concealer is also super special. It's the Jillian Dempsey Spot Stick Concealer. This is another product that I really would recommend to you, especially if you tend to like the same types of products that I do. I've never used a concealer that is sheer to medium coverage like this one that comes in cream form. Most of the time, cream stick concealers are very full coverage. They tend to cling a little bit more to dry patches, and I've just not really found myself to lean into cream stick concealers in the past. They've never really been my favorite formulation, but this one is is wonderful, again, just because you can really control the intensity of the coverage that you get from the product, which I really enjoy. And I like how this one's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so I can use it to brighten up my under eye paired with the Merit stick. And I just find it to look really natural. It doesn't like sit on top of the skin because of the emollient nature of the cream. It really almost just melts into your skin and just really looks very natural, but also gives you that brightened look that you want, and also kind of, you know, that perfected look that you're looking for without looking too overdone. So it's just a really great stick concealer. So easy to work with, so intuitive as well, and just easy, like an easy product to use. It doesn't take much practice. You just want to use your fingertips, and it does all of it for you. So it's a really great concealer. I've never really been one to fancy cream stick bronzers. Now I love a cream bronzer, but I tend to prefer the ones that, I feel like I have lip gloss on my teeth. No, I don't. Okay. Anyway, so I tend to prefer the ones that come in the tubs. I just, you know, prefer to apply my cream bronzer with a brush versus being able to directly swipe it onto the skin. I find that sometimes a lot of cream, well, actually no, most of the time, all cream stick bronzers go on really patchy when you apply them directly to the skin. They cause a lot of lifting, and they're just a little bit more difficult to work with. The Merit bronzer is like the perfected cream bronzer of my dreams. Now this bronzer is actually quite sheer. The product itself is buttery, silky smooth. You just want to use a brush that's slightly on the denser side, but I don't have like a preferred brush to use with this, just anything that's a little bit more dense. So you can, again, like kind of push the cream into the skin and really get that flawless blend. But this is just so easy to work with, and truly the first cream stick bronzer that I'd ever recommend to you, where I'm like comfortable telling you guys, like, you can put it on your face and it's gonna blend out. It's not gonna cause any lifting, and it's still gonna look really nice and natural. So if you're looking for an uber glam, you know, really intense cream bronzer, probably not going to be your first pick, but I love this. I think this is so nice, so classic, so effortless, and just, you're never going to look overdone with the Merit bronzer. It looks good every day, and you can still create a little bit more definition if you want to build it up and get a little bit more of an exaggerated contour, but overall, just so easy to work with. Like I said, a cream stick bronzer perfected in this Merit cream bronzer. I've talked about this on my channel for years. It has been a repurchase from me. I've used one of these up completely, the Ilia multi-sticks. These are beautiful. You can use them on the eyes, cheeks, or lips. They're gonna have a dewy finish though, so if you do use it on the eyes, it's gonna be more like a lid glaze or a lid tint. It will migrate and move around throughout the day, but if you're okay with that and you just use a little bit, it's very minimal, but just keep that in mind if you do use this on the eyes. But you could always set it with powder as well to help kind of anchor it in place a little bit better. But I love the shade Cheek to Cheek. I just think it's such a beautiful, not only seasonless, but you know, it just goes with any look, because this is kind of more of an adaptable shade that will, you know, look a little bit different on everybody and kind of transform into almost like the perfect nude on your cheeks. It's slightly luminous, but has a really nice juicy finish. If I don't want it to be quite as dewy or shiny on my skin, I will just set it with a little bit of powder and it stays a lot longer. But for just every day, I feel like you can't really beat this, especially this shade. This goes with smoky eyes or no makeup looks, and it's just so easy to use. I think the Ilia cream is also just such a beautiful formulation, and like I said, the shade Cheek to Cheek is my absolute favorite. I also like the plummy tones and the pinky tones from the Ilia multi-sticks. I just think that these are really great products, and also a little bit more intense than some of the other cream blushes I've used in the past. I like that with this, versus having to like build it up to get intensity, less is more. So it's gonna have a lot of really great pigmentation in the product itself that you can sheer out, but they are quite punchy and do pack a lot of pigment with just a couple swipes. I haven't found myself reaching for powder highlights very often, and I feel like this one is a little bit extra special from Victoria Beckham. Now, I've done an entire deep dive on Victoria Beckham and really kind of gone over several products in the line and done a full face with the product, so if you're interested in that, I do have that up. This highlight is stunning. Provides the skin with a balmy, sheeny, glazed effect. And it can be built up if you really want the luminous pearl pigments in the product to shine. But if it is sheared out onto the skin, just that very soft kind of a la Hailey Bieber glazed donut effect, which I know we're all super into right now. But again, loving the versatility of this product. And I've also really found that I also like this underneath makeup because it still has enough intensity to where it can peek out from behind makeup and really still give you that kind of like ethereal glow without actually looking like highlight on your skin. So I love this. I think it just melts onto your skin. It's so beautiful. I do prefer to apply it with a brush. I find that sometimes if I stripe it on my skin and I have a little bit more of a full coverage base going on, it can sometimes cause slight lifting, but that's easily fixed by just applying it to the skin with a brush. I don't even know where to start with this mascara. So this is the tiny to mid-sized wand. The bristles on the brush itself are quite short and they're also quite spread out along the wand, which initially I see a wand like this, I'm turned off. I prefer, you know, natural bristle brushes. I like my brushes to be quite densely packed together, and I don't really enjoy the mascara wands where the reservoir has the product kind of sitting there like a bath of mascara for your lashes to potentially get all clumped up inside of. I don't know how this mascara works. It's honestly spooky how the wand is like this, but you get such amazing separation and clean length and just the right amount of wispiness. But that's not even the best part. The best part about the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara is that this is not a waterproof mascara. Tower 28 has something called Aquaflex technology, which holds curl in your lashes without needing to be waterproof. So for whenever I use this, I can just take it off like a regular mascara. I don't have to use my Bi-Phase eye makeup remover, and it has just been so wonderful. I feel like it's so much more gentle on my lashes and it holds curl in my lashes truly. Like, I have not really come across many not waterproof formulations of mascara that will hold a curl in my lash all day. In fact, most of them I'll still only get like 6 to 7 hours wear. I have tested this from morning until night. My lashes have stayed intact and absolutely perfect, and it's crazy because it's not waterproof. Like, I'm genuinely blown away by this mascara. And then if that's not enough for you, it is so beautifully versatile. So you can wear just one coat and it's a really natural, elongated, separated finish on the lashes to where it just kind of looks like your lash is perfected. But you can really build it up to get intense volume, some wispiness, some more length. This mascara literally makes my eyelashes touch my eyebrows, and I feel like it's just phenomenal. Like, really great to have a mascara that you can take to natural looking looks or really build it up and get full, intense, amazing drama with as well. So it's really quite something special in my opinion. As far as brows go, I'm gonna tell you what, I've pretty much completely cut out brow pencils for my routine. I use them occasionally, but for the most part, like, I am just loving the Kosas Air Brow. I would suggest if you want a little bit more definition and to really make your brows pop, perhaps go a shade darker than your natural hair color, and that will kind of give you that little bit of extra tint, that little bit of extra fill, so that your brows don't even need the extra pencil. I can do my brows in like 30 seconds flat. Since I've started using this, I've never really looked back. I mean, I still will reach for a brow pencil occasionally, but like, I love having this and I use it every single day. I feel like you also knew this was probably coming, but if you really are trying to streamline your makeup routine, really cut down on the fluff and just have an eye product that will be versatile enough that you can wear it every single day and create multiple looks with without having to purchase a palette, the Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Sticks. So honestly, if you get the shade Cocoa, you can wear this as an eyeshadow and really sheer it out for just like a smoky wash of color on the lid, or you can apply it with a like dense, tiny angled brush and you can use it as an eyeliner. It's great. And then you can get like little shimmering shades. I have this one, Sugar Frost. I also really like Copper and Rose Gold, and you can use those as your main lid colors or highlights. I mean, they're just really essentially art sticks that you can kind of do whatever you want with. But if you're not really inclined to purchasing more eyeshadows or palettes, or you feel like there's a void that needs to be filled in your eye makeup routine, you feel like you're missing something but you don't want to have to purchase an entire palette, I say give these a go. They are no budge, long wear. You can also use them to prime the eyes for powder shadows as well, and they're just going to help increase the longevity of the powder shadows that you wear. Okay, we're gonna end this with lips, and if you picked just one of the two two options, we'd be at 10 products, but including the two of them, it's technically 11. But I really think that many of you will love this if you haven't yet tried it. The Clinique Black Honey. I love that this is, again, an adaptable shade that's gonna look slightly different on everybody. Just gonna kind of give your lips a little bit more juiciness and a little bit more tint, but depending on your natural lip shade, it's gonna be customized to your face, and it's gonna be super flattering and just kind of like a black cherry, dark rosebud kind of color, and it feels like a lip balm. It's just beautiful, and I feel like I just think everybody would really like this. So it's also just super easy to use. You don't even need a mirror to do touch-ups because it's just so easy to apply. And then the other one I want to recommend, if you're not perhaps interested in Clinique Black Honey, is the Merit lipsticks. These are, again, really great for day-to-day because they're actually quite sheer and quite balmy, so they don't apply fully opaque. They have a little bit more punchiness than like your typical tinted lip balm, but overall not quite lipstick as well. So my personal favorite shade is Slip, and again, because these are a little bit more on the sheer side, they're gonna be adaptive, so it's gonna look a little bit different on everybody. Slip to me is kind of like just like the perfect sheer milk chocolate with a little bit of a creamy finish. I absolutely adore this one. And then I also really like 1990, which is a little bit more of a deep kind of cacao brown, but still, I mean, when you look at it in the bullet, you'd think it'd be really intense and dark, but it's actually quite sheer and really flattering and feminine as well, because I really do like the finish of these, and they feel very comfortable on the lips. They're not drying, and they have decent longevity, especially for being not quite a fully opaque lipstick. Okay, so that is everything I wanted to mention for this minimalist, everyday essential makeup must-haves video. I really wanted to keep it tight and concise and not overwhelm you with a ton of products, but just a really good curated roundup of products that like I actually want to use on a day-to-day basis. Perhaps not the most inspiring batch of products, but they serve a purpose. They are well loved, well used, and I recommend them to you in good faith, especially if you're trying to slim down your makeup routine, or you're just not interested in all the fritz and glam and all the excess makeup products. These are just products that I tend to like for my day-to-day life, and you can do a full makeup look and a full face with them. And I'll see you in my next video. If there are any other products or YouTube videos that you're looking forward to seeing in the future, or you have any suggestions that you really want me to review, please leave those in the comments down below as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this one. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.